Well, final round of this Kraft Nabisco Championship, and take a look on the far right-hand side, the age of the players, and you'll notice that Ari Song at the age of 17 and Michelle Wie at the age of 14. Two teenagers in contention for this championship, but a former winner here, Kari Webb, who won this championship back in 2000, and Grace Park, who's been close to capturing a major championship in her young LPGA career. They're at 9 under par, Michelle Wie at 7 under, 2 shots back. Christy Kerr at 6 under par, Brahmana Sood at 6 under also, Katrina Matthew at 5 under. Some great golf so far today, and this just a moment ago at the 12th. The third shot for Michelle Wie, and Judy Rankin, she has shown some great skill from around the greens.
I'll tell you, her short game has come a long way in a year. It was good last year. It is very good this year.
And nicely done there at the par 4 12th for Michelle Wie. At the 11th, Grace Park, this for Eagle.
Beautiful second, flew the ball right on this par 5 green in 2. Not her best effort right there.
492-yard par 5. Grace Park, who missed the cut here last year. And at the 12th, this is the third for Kari Webb.
Little elevation change.
What a nice shot there. At the 11th, Ari Song, this for par. Very steady round so far today for this 17-year-old who tied for 10th here when she was just 13. Rookie on the LPGA Tour, has shown well the past couple of weeks. A tie for 5th in Tucson, the first event of the year. Top 20 finish last week in Phoenix. And has played some terrific golf. Well, Judy, 14-year-old Michelle Wie with this putt for par. Remember last year here, fired that 66 on Saturday, but the putter failed her on Sunday.
The putter did fail her on Sunday, right here on this back 9, when she actually played very well tee to green, but couldn't make anything happen. Her short putting has been spectacular this week so far.
And nicely done there. So showing some great skill around the greens here at Mission Hills Country Club. And Michelle Wie remains at 7 under. Now this is Grace Park for birdie in the lead, and she rolls it right in. So Grace Park has now moved to 10 under, and the lead won over Kari Webb and Ari Song here in the final round of the first major of the year, the Kraft Nabisco Championship. And hi, everybody. Along with Judy Rankin, I'm Roger Twyfell. Judy, this is going to be very exciting. We might have history made here today if either of those teenagers would win this championship. 17-year-old Ari Song or 14-year-old Michelle Wie would become the youngest players to ever win an LPGA event.
Well, and as you can see, the way the week has played out and what we've seen now early today, this is really could happen. Ari Song, a very consistent player. She has all the tools to play this golf course well, and in her words, this course suits her eye. She is experienced. She's only 17 years old, but she has played here now 5 times, so she knows this golf course just about as well as anybody playing.
But Grace Park has just taken the lead, and this is a player last year, 19 top 10 finishes, lost in a playoff at the LPGA Championship to Annika Sorenstam. Boy, I'll tell you what, she is ready to win a major championship.
She was a fabulous junior. She was a fabulous college player. She's a former U.S. amateur champion. I think everybody thought she would come to professional golf and explode a little sooner than she has, even though she has won in each year. But she has a game that works on hard golf courses. She hits it high. She hits it far. She can control it. She can play shots, and she can putt.
Coming into this week, Annika Sorenstam had stated that her goal this year was to win the 4 majors in 1 calendar year. And she is at the tee at 18. Ian Baker-Finch, Steve Melnick, our announcers out on the golf course, Billy Ray Brown and Bob Rosberg. Annika struggling on Friday with a 76. She's at the tee at the par 5 18th, 4 under right now. And so Annika with a beautiful tee shot right there.
She is not one to let it go easily. She'll keep fighting even if winning isn't in the picture, but she has to be a little bit disappointed not to have contended to win this week.
And let's talk now about Kari Webb, a player that won this championship in 2000, and she is right there at 9 under par, and she has played this back nine awfully well this week.
She has, probably better than any of the leaders, but Kari Webb, a very experienced player, experienced winner who is trying to come back from a year or two of golf that has not been up to her standards. She has really put her game back together. It's been a matter of regaining her confidence, and if what she's done this week doesn't do it, I don't know how you do it, because she is right there when it's going to come down to the last few holes, and that's where you want to be.
We've got some great golf coming your way here in the next couple of hours. The first major of the year on the LPGA Tour, the Kraft Nabisco Championship. Grace Park leading the way right now by 1 over Kari Webb and Ari Song. But the question on this day, will youth be served on this Sunday? 14-year-old Michelle Wee in contention. Also 17-year-old Ari Song. But a couple of veteran players, Kari Webb, a former winner here. And Grace Park looking for her first major championship. That's coming up.
Talked about a lot of players.
Yeah, it was good. Some good points.
You don't. Good shot.
Go. Go.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I'm Brian Driscoll, Senior Vice President, Kraft Foods. Welcome to the final round of the 2004 Kraft Nabisco Championship, one of the premier events in women's golf. By day's end, we'll add another name to our fabled Walk of Champions here at beautiful Mission Hills Country Club. We'll also see if this year's champion will take the traditional leap into the pond at the 18th. So please, enjoy watching a great afternoon of golf, and of course, thank you for joining us at the 2004 Kraft Nabisco Championship.
Sports presents the LPGA. Today it's final round coverage of the Kraft Nabisco Championship. Out at the 12th, 385-yard par 4. Ari Song getting set for her second. Billy Ray Brown is out there. Billy?
Thank you, Roger. She hit a perfect drive. Only has 105 yards left.
Yep. Got a little bit of breeze right now. Go.
Just grip it and hit it.
I don't think you need to grip it too much, all right? Okay? Yeah.
It's just amazing to me, 17 years old and show this much experience, especially in a major championship. Players wait all their whole career to get in this position. She's here at 17 years old. Just amazing.
Par in the first round here and birdies in the last two.
And nicely done right there by Ari Song, who came into the final round. Tied for the lead with Grace Park, 1 under on her round today.
A moment ago here at the 13th, this was Michelle Wee on the tee. I bet you she gets her money's worth.
That's for sure, and so do the people watching her. Fantastic talent. This will skid down the hill around the 280, 290 yard mark, which is about her average so far this week.
Fun to watch.
Now at the 12th, Jung-Yan Lee.
Just a pitching wedge straight back up the hill.
Struggled somewhat today, 2 over on this final round, but coming off a birdie at 11 at 5 under par. And Grace Park, our leader.
Roger, she absolutely killed a drive. 299 yards, just has 86 yards. Should be a perfect sand wedge.
Look at this golf shot. Wonderful play there by Grace Park. #14, par 3, playing 145 yards. And Katrina Matthew, Judy, who opened up this championship with a 5 under 67.
Katrina, very nice ball striker. Her first round included all 18 greens hit, and I thought she might be even a bigger factor than she has been. But 6 under par for the championship.
2 under on her round today, and Judy, these closing holes are very demanding here at Mission Hills.
14, shortish par 3, but it is the par 3 that really gets your attention. It is a hole where a lot of things happen. You either have to hit a very precise shot to this toughest hole location on the green, or you need to be disciplined enough to try to put the ball 15, 20 feet left of this hole. You leave this par 3 and you go to maybe the hardest tee shot on the golf course at 15. There are overhanging trees to the right. You cannot let the ball even get in the far right side of the fairway, and there is big trouble left with a fairway bunker, deep rough, and out of bounds. 17, the last par 3 on the golf course, is tricky because it is very difficult to choose the right club. In your effort to get the ball close to the hole at 171 yards today, there is always the risk of jumping it just over the back of the green, and it is a most difficult up and down. Now, if you're a chaser, the tee has been moved up 41 yards at 18 today. If you're a chaser and you want to try to win this championship, you're going to have to take your driver and try to put it out there 240 yards to carry that right-hand fairway bunker. The water runs all the way up the left side, but you're going to have to give yourself a shot at going for this green in 2 if you need to make up a stroke or 2. Something explosive could happen here.
Now at the 18th, this is Annika Sorenstam. Her second shot at this par 5, as Judy mentioned, 485 yards today. Annika opened with a 71, then in very windy conditions on Friday. The 76 came back with a 69 yesterday.
She hit the great tee shot right down the middle, took the lofted fairway club. The bank at the back of this green is shaved.
Oh, look at this.
And that's why it's so hard to make that decision to go.
Judy, I think that's unfair. I really do. I think for a player to hit a shot like that and end up with that result, just not right.
Well, it certainly discourages aggressive play.
That's for sure.
Now here at the 13th, Michelle Wee second.
Michelle Wee from 136. Hole all the way in the back right.
Good shot, got it up on the top level. Don't want to be too aggressive there on the 13th. If you go long or right, it's a very difficult up and down.
Earlier, this was Corey Webb second.
This is from 148.
Kari's in a great position to win this championship, Rossi.
Sure is. Played very nicely.
You know, all the attention, Finchy, has been on Wee and Song and Park and Annika, and Kari's kind of flown under the radar.
I agree, and for 2 or 3 years, all the attention was always on Kari, and I think she didn't really enjoy that as much. Had a couple of years away from all that attention, handed that over to Annika, and now she may be getting back in the limelight again.
And this just a moment ago at the 12th, Lee for birdie. Nicely done there. So Lee with the birdie, her second in a row, and she moves to 6 under. Ari Song, this for birdie, this to move to 10 under and a share of the lead.
Pretty good little turn to the left. When it starts to get tough coming down to the last holes in a championship, it is easier to hit that good tee shot and put the ball in the fairway than it is to make the 10-foot putt, to make the 6-foot putt.
Grace Park, our leader, now has this putt for birdie to improve her advantage to 2 shots here in the final round.
Judy, that's where the experience really comes in and shows up, doesn't it?
If you can relax on the short shots, if your hands can stay soft, you know, on the grip of the putter, you're going to do pretty well. But boy, it's hard to make that happen.
Lost that playoff to Annika Sorenstam last year. She's had 6 top 10 finishes in major championships. A win in each of her previous 4 years on the LPGA Tour.
Had this cross-handed putting style for a number of years.
And the birdie right there for Grace Park. Her lead is now 2 as Grace Park with birdies at 9, 10, 11, and 12. What a nice stretch of golf right there by Grace Park as the reception for Annika Sorenstam at the 18th here at the Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage, California. It's the final round of the first major of the year on the LPGA Tour, the Kraft Nabisco Championship.
4 consecutive birdies has moved Grace Park 2 clear of the field as she makes her way to the 13th. Michelle Wee hanging tough at 7 under, and here she is for birdie at 13.
Was out here late at night, was out here at 6 o'clock last night, 3 hours after completion of play with her mum and dad on the putting green, working on a putting.
Well, she's going to need some help there to save par. On the tee, Grace Park.
What a swing.
Finchy, I watched her hit balls late yesterday afternoon. Every swing she made with the driver, she finished in perfect balance.
Just finds the right rough, though. That's going to be tough to get close to that back right hole location.
Now up at the green, Webb for birdie.
Very nice putt there from Kari. Good speed. Big advantage being able to watch Michelle Wee before her, though.
And Ari Song to play.
Steve, this is such a tough fairway to hit. This fairway slopes from the left to right. A little breeze from the left.
It's headed right too, BR. Yeah, finds the right rough.
It's been a good test this week for this championship as we watch Michelle try to save par.
Not a lot of movement in this one.
Well, very solid putting so far this week, and particularly today. Michelle Wee, though, Judy Rankin, a different story last year in the final round.
Oh, this was a crucial moment. This was an eagle putt at the 11th hole that could have tied her for the lead, and you can see it was a poor putt and left her a very hard second for the birdie.
And her dad caddying for her last year there.
What happened at the 11th green really shook her. She did not make a good stroke and did not make a putt the rest of the day.
At 14, not to be. another missed opportunity, and a very frustrated 13-year-old last year on Sunday after shooting that wonderful round of 666 on Saturday. But so far this week, she has really impressed. Rounds of 69, 72, and 69 yesterday. Came into this final round 2 shots behind the leaders, and currently Michelle Wie at 7 under, but now 4 behind Grace Park. This is a demanding stretch of holes, 13 through 17 through the first 3 rounds. 5 of the 8 most difficult holes on the course, and 15, 16, and 17 yielded just 10 birdies yesterday. And this 14th, even though it's a short par 4, has been the second most difficult hole this week, playing at 145 yards. And Bob Rosberg's out there with Kari Webb. Bob?
It's really a fairly easy hole today if you don't take a shot at the flag. You know, if you take a shot at the flag, then you really have to worry about hitting it in the water. It's the toughest hole placement on the green, back right. There's a lot of room to the left, and I don't think you can really press your luck or whatever you have to try and make 2 here. If I were one of these players, I'd kind of try to put it 20, 25 feet to the left of the hole and maybe hole a putt. It's an 8 iron.
Well, there have been more double bogeys at this hole 6 than at any other hole here at the Mission Hills Country Club. Just 6 birdies so far today.
Well, you are trying to look at the back center of the green, but sometimes the flagstick is a magnet.
Careful.
Well, that's not far from the hole, but I tell you, that is not going to be an easy shot from there. Very tall rough and a very short shot. It was the hardest shots in the world to play out of that rough.
And Rossi, if we're seeing it right, we're a little far away, but I believe that ball is within the hazard line. I believe that rough is inside the hazard.
I believe
we'll
it
wait
is
till
too.
you get a look.
Wie with a 7 iron. Sounds like a lot of club.
Now misses the green short and left.
It's kind of a strange shot, Roger.
Yeah.
Kind of let up on it.
Here at 13, Ari Song second.
This ball really sitting down in the rough, has to chase it up the green. These greens have really firmed up the last 2 days.
6 off. 6 off. Sit.
Boy, that's like a tabletop there.
You bet it is. And that whole location is really tough to get at today.
That's not too bad there, though. She won't have too much trouble from there. I think it's better there than short of the green.
Well, next Saturday, the best skaters in the world take to the ice for a one-of-a-kind celebration. The World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay will feature the top medal winners at Saturday at 2 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ABC Sports. Well, this now the 4th shot for Annika Judy behind the pond near our broadcast booth at 18.
She had to take this choice or go back to the drop circle. That was the choice to keep the spot with the ball last across the margin of the hazard between herself and the hole. Very tough shot. We just had a discussion up here amongst ourselves. We think if that bank were very thick, deep rough, you would avoid going in the hazard. You'd still have to play a pretty tough shot from back there.
And Billy Ray, Grace Park second.
Well, she has a pretty good lie in this right-hand rough. No chance to shoot this ball at the hole, though. No need to. She's got a 2-shot lead. It's about not making mistakes now.
Yeah, middle of the green would be her aiming point.
Beautiful. She is dialed in.
And you know, Ian, when you can control your distance out of the rough, when you're coming down a stretch at a major, it really helps.
Yeah, that's an ideal shot there. Avoided disaster and exactly where she wanted it.
Well, she's working on 4 in a row. Can it possibly be 5? Webb and Song 2 back. The amateur hanging in there. Michelle Wie at 7 under par.
Out at 14, Kari Webb getting set to play her second at the par 3.
Only 15 feet from the hole, but Very difficult shot, sort of on the downslope in the rough.
Well, in that area that I thought might have been a hazard line, clearly is not.
Yeah, just badly cut there with the mower. Yeah, scarfed it.
Ooh, what a good shot.
Well done there. Very well done.
So Webb at 9 under and 2 behind on leader Grace Park will have that for her par. And just a moment ago, this was the second at 14 for Michelle Wee.
Kind of a long chip up the green. Pretty difficult to go from one level to the other and get it close.
The ridge runs across this green from right to left, right in the center of the green.
Now Ari Song, little chip from just the back of the green, pretty quick.
You bet it is quick, Ian.
You can see how firm these greens are, Billy Ray. There, that's a good 6 feet by.
And also this ryegrass that's around the green is very thick and juicy. Tough to judge the pace.
You have to be careful to make sure you keep accelerating through.
And this was Annika Sorenstam at the 18th for bogey. So Annika Sorenstam, a winner last week in Phoenix, comes here to the Kraft Nabisco Championship thinking about a one-year Grand Slam, not to be in 2004, final round of 69. Now the putting skills of Michelle Wee will be tested again out at 14. This for par. And rolls it right in.
Hey, the putter has been golden every time we have seen her this week.
Now at 13, Grace Park for birdie.
Ian, can you imagine how much adrenaline's pumping through her body right now after making 4 straight birdies? Got the lead.
Beautiful birdie back there at 12. Not a bad putt there. 4 is a good score from where she was off the tee. Had 19 top 10s in her year last year, and 10 of those were top 3s. So this lady is certainly ready for her first major victory.
Well, next Sunday, our NBA on ABC doubleheader features playoff previews. First, you'll see either the Kings versus the Rockets or the Pacers take on the Pistons. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Then the Lakers take on the defending champion Spurs. Coverage begins next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Back at 13, Ari Song now with about a 6-footer for par. This young lady finished a tie for 10th here in the 2000 tournament at just the ripe old age of 13. Pretty amazing stuff. Played here with her sister, Nari, twin sister, 9 minutes older, but not playing here with her this week.
Kari Webb at the 14th, this for par. Stay within 2 of the lead, and a nice save right there by Kari Webb, the 2000 winner of the Kraft Nabisco Championship.
Yeah, I just felt like I don't know how to just did it.
Back at 13, Billy Ray.
Ian, you almost feel like this is a must-make putt.
Pretty straight.
Yeah, might slide just a bit to the right. Oh, nice solid putt there. 17
putts in her first 13 holes. The youngster.
Wouldn't it be great to have nerves like that, Ian?
Yeah, great to be 17 again. Or like Michelle Wee, just 14. Both putting the spots off it today. Now Grace Park, about 2.5 feet for par. A 2-shot lead, but a tricky little par 3 coming up. We saw Annika Sorenstam really blow her chances here at the 14th last year. See what happens next. Quickly over to 15 now. Beautiful long par 4, straight down, out of bounds on the left. Bunker on the left, about 235 to carry, but more importantly than that, as Judy Rankin pointed out earlier, the tree on the right side really overhangs this fairway and kind of tightens the fairway up even more. Kari on the tee now with the driver.
You know, Ian, it's interesting. During the first 3 rounds, holes 13 through 17, that's a demanding stretch right there. Kari played those holes better than anyone, 3 under during the first 3 rounds.
Too much. Sit.
And that is right behind that tree we were talking about.
That is not good right there.
Especially from the rough, Rossi, it's going to be hard to get any work on that ball, any spin on it at all.
Yeah, she'll have to go down with it, just run it.
Now Michelle Wee. So many of the players I've noticed on the LPGA Tour, more so than the men's tour, have their caddies stand behind them to give them that little bit of extra certainty about where their alignment is.
Used to be that caddy could stay there, but now they have to leave before the shot is played. I think a lot of it is just pre-shot routine.
Now that tee shot well to the left. Our leader on the tee at 14, Grace Park. 8-iron. 145 yards. And look at that golf shot right there, Judy Rankin.
Well, I said we had two choices today. Play safe to the middle or be precise. That was pretty precise.
Well, let's check in with Steve Melnick right now. Steve?
Roger, thank you very much. Annika Sorenstam, thank you for joining us. A bit of a disappointment this week?
Yes, a little bit, but I tried really hard. Obviously, I had high expectations and high goals this week, but it didn't turn out that way. But, you know, it's been a good week. I've had a lot of fun, and I think the last 2 days I've played some really good golf.
Does not winning this first major of the year maybe change your goals for the rest of the year?
Well, now I have 3 to go, so I'm just going to keep on grinding. I mean, it's majors that I want to win. Obviously, it's disappointing not to win this one, but, you know, I just got to start over, keep on working, and win more tournaments.
Is it fair to say, have you been watching the leaderboard while you're playing? I know you're not there where you'd like to be. Have you seen what Michelle and Ari and the rest of them have done?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm a leaderboard watcher, whether I'm in the hunt or not. I love to see what's going on. And, I mean, today, I was just trying to shoot the low score as possible. And, of course, I was watching the leaderboard. I need to know what I had to shoot, even though it looked like really a tough thing to do.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at our events later in the summer. Good luck to you the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. The most LPGA Tour victories, Kathy Whitworth, 82, Mickey Wright, 88, Mickey Wright, 82, and Annika Sorenstam with the win last week moved to 49, Nancy Lopez at 48. Judy, you know, she's going to play, announced coming into this year, was not going to play as much so she could concentrate on winning those 4 majors in one calendar year. Could she ever, you know, move to 80-plus wins?
Boy, with her skill she could, but I don't think she's going to stay around and play that hard that long. I think she gives 100% to what she's doing, and if she should start a family, which she talks about, she'll probably give 100% to that.
Okay. Perfect.
Now out at the par 3 14th, Ari Song.
Roger, this also an 8-iron. Man, you stand on this tee, and all you can see is just the right tip of that flagstick right over the water. To really get it close, you have to start it right down the hazard line and try to draw it back in there.
A solid shot right there, this 17-year-old.
Earlier hit 15, Kari Webb second. Michelle Wee has played just short of the green with her second. And she's not bad.
Ooh, beautifully played there. Just choked down the club and punched it low like Bob Rosberg told us. It's really the only shot she had to play.
Now Webb's third shot. Quick down the hill. 2 back.
Big break here. Really big break from right to left. So I think she'll try and land it in this area and then feed it down.
Just about where you said.
Look how quick that is down there.
Talking to Annika there a minute ago, she said she was totally confused all week by the green. She couldn't make anything. And she said a lot of players have said the same thing. It's hard to read.
I think, too, some of the hole locations were tough. I noticed today a few of them right on the crown of the green. So if you're coming from short, it was up and over. And very easy to leave it short going back down the hill sometimes.
And Michelle Wee could choose any number of clubs here, but she has been very deft around the greens with shots like this all week. This is a tight-looking line.
It is. You can see here, Steve, how well prepared the golf course is. It's in really hard, fast, perfect condition.
Club just bounces off that hard stuff. And she pitches a little bit like Ernie Els. You know, she played with Ernie at the at Y.
Yep.
Ari Song for birdie at 14. This to get to within one of the lead. Oh, goodness, what a good effort right there. So she'll tap in for par to remain at 9 under and 2 back of our leader, Grace Park. Now this 17-year-old young lady played in this event when she was 13, played in the last group on Sunday. And we'll compare her to Michelle Wie, Judy Rankin. Michelle obviously a bit taller. She's longer off the tee, but both at the age of 13 had a lot of success here.
Boy, you bet. And Ari Song, I think, was at that 5'3" when she was about 13 here. It doesn't seem to me that she's gotten a lot bigger. And what I would say about Michelle Wie's size and her length is she's a very fortunate young girl to have grown into that very tall body very gracefully. She never seemed to go through an awkward age with long limbs and so on.
Our leader, Grace Park, has this putt for birdie to move to 12 under. She ran off 4 consecutive birdies at 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is a real good opportunity here.
So many things have happened at this hole over the years, recent years, that we can remember and that we showed you earlier today. For the leader to come here and hit such a strong shot and maybe roll this in for a birdie.
You bet, Judy. This putt is relatively flat and give this a good run.
Kari at 15 now. Ooh. Disappointing putt there for her, Steve. Really needed that.
Yeah,
drops 3 back now.
Yeah, she had played herself into such great position.
We can tell you that Grace Park back at 14 tapped in for a par, so she remains 11 under, just 2 ahead of Ari Song.
You know what is so impressive about, I think, Michelle is what I call a countenance. There's a wonderful countenance about her at age 14, which you can't imagine. I mean, here she is. She's the Pub Links champion. She beat Verada near a Pathpong Point in the finals of the Pub Links. Verada went on to win the women's amateur later last summer. And the poise that she shows on the golf course, and you watch her after rounds and the way she deals with the public, Judy, it's amazing.
Can I even tell you how nervous I would be if I had to tee it up and play golf with Ernie Els?
Judy, I remember you playing in a ladies' professional tournament at age 14.
Well, as a couple of other players said this week, a number of us did these same things, but not nearly as well.
She astounded us at the Sony Open in Hawaii, where she played with the men's there a couple of months ago. Only missed the cut by a shot with 72-68. Maybe the best 14-year-old period, not just the best 14-year-old lady.
Well, we'll take a look from up above at this par 4 15th, the hardest hole on the golf course this week. It plays at 387 yards. It plays slightly back uphill all the way. Ian said earlier, about 230 yards over that bunker. You cannot get in the right side of this fairway or certainly in the right rough. The hole location at the left side of the green today, and it's a very tricky green. If you get around the hole, even very close to the hole, putts are not easy to make.
Well, it has been the toughest hole on the course all week long because it is such a tough driving hole. And now Grace on the tee.
Has been driving it well all week. Through the first 3 rounds was about 80% of fairways hit, which is pretty impressive.
It's way right.
I tell you, in your effort not to turn one over and hit it left, and if you're in your efforts just hit one string straight, somewhere about halfway down, you bail out, and the bailout is out there in the trees to the right, and you are lucky if you make 4 from there.
At 16, 390-yard par 4, Michelle Wie. Tied for 19th last week, Safeway International in Phoenix. And has found the fairway bunker there.
Now here on the tee at 15, Ari Song, 2 back.
Steve, an important tee shot, but parking the right trees just to get this in the fairway will put a lot of pressure on.
Ooh, BR. How about that?
Wow, what a break. That ball ran through the bunker, just through the other side of the fairway. Going to have a perfect look at the hole.
That didn't fly very far, did it? I mean, that sort of ran into the bunker.
Well, that was kind of one of those hooks like you and I hit sometimes, a little nosedive hook. A lot of topspin on it.
We get to get a little look at Ari here back when she was 13 on the left side, and we're going to watch her swing the club when she was 13, and then on the right side now. If you look at her right here as she stops at the top, beautiful position at the club. At the top, club is perfectly parallel. When she makes her move down to the ball, watch this left heel come up off the ground and her left leg straighten early. A little work through the ball there, but she was already a very fine ball striker. Now on the right, if you watch her today, takes the club back. I'm not sure her right knee is as good as it was then, and look how much longer she swings the club back now. But when she comes back through it, you're going to see that left heel go right up again, left leg straighten. She works hard to make herself work underneath the shot, pulls it off, and she is a very consistent ball striker.
And this is Kari Webb out at 16, getting set for her second.
137 to the hole. Right from the middle of the fairway.
Ian Kari is doing some work this year with Ian Triggs, one of your instructors from Australia.
Yeah, works with Rachel Teskey.
Have somebody to help her here in the U.S. more often, and looked like it was online, but comes up well short.
Ian was a very good player himself and one of the most recognized coaches at home.
Now here at 15, Ari's second.
This second shot plays straight back up the hill. That's from 132, a 9-iron. Hole location guarded just by that front left bunker.
So close to being good.
You know, just a couple more feet there, Steve, and that ball would release right down to the hole.
Michelle Wie, this is her second shot.
She's got a little problem with the tree. Roger, she's going to have to hook it a little. Has a beautiful lie in the bunker. 127 yards to the hole.
Well, pretty good effort there to the back of the green.
Very good play. Not as easy to curve the ball as you might think when you're in the sand.
Last week on Dream Job, Kelly and Casey were cut. This week it's down to Zach, Maggie, Mike, and Aaron. And America, you control 100% of the vote. Only one will land the desk job of a lifetime, and the winner plays for his salary later that night on SportsCenter. Dream Job, the 2-hour season finale, live tonight at 9 Eastern on ESPN. And, well, the Dream Job for Michelle Wie, the 14-year-old. This is something that we have really enjoyed watching this week. The play of 14-year-old Michelle Wie, 17-year-old Ari Song, and now our leader, Grace Park.
Got a great break off the tee. Her length played a big factor in that. She drove it far enough where she's almost past the trees, can hit actually a little small draw and get the ball on the green. But her thought process at this point, just get the ball somewhere around the green and let's don't make a mistake.
So much depends on the lie when you're coming out of the rough. If it's lying nicely like this, you can get a little more spin on it, a little easier. Play it back in the stance, close the stance down. Got it up too quick.
Ian, that was just a foolish play. I think she just punched it out to the right. Even the front right bunker gives herself plenty of room to work with for a third shot. She just got too greedy there.
Well, Judy, your words of warning should have been heeded here. She got a little green, and the result is you get a little nervous here. Well, Gracie won the U.S. Women's Amateur, the NCAA champion. You knew she'd be a good player. Came out on tour in the year 2000, was 19th on the money list, and every year has gotten better. And you know, it could be about that time to break through for a major.
Oh yeah, she's definitely prepared and ready. And as you say, she's had a great pedigree. Won over 40 AJGA events. The record still stands.
Michelle Wie, this putt for birdie at 16.
It's from about 70 feet, Roger. You really can't call this one a birdie putt. If she can two-putt this one, it'd be marvelous.
Oh, my goodness. Pretty good effort right there.
I was talking with her dad coming up the fairway here, and he was telling me about last week. He thought that that Michelle and her caddy got too involved together. They were trying to talk about it, and he thinks it's better this way.
Seems to be working, whatever it is, Rossi, as we go back to 15 and watch Grace Park about to play her third.
Well, at this point in time, just gather your thoughts. Pretty good angle to get to this front left toe location. No tree trouble whatsoever.
Billy Ray has to make sure she doesn't miss this in that left bunker, right?
Right. You still cannot take a chance, you know. Even though you made a mistake with your second, don't compound it with a poor third shot.
Really try and keep it just sort of short right of the hole if possible. Give yourself an uphill putt for your par.
Just laid the sod over that one. Had a pretty good lie and just hit it fat. Isn't it funny what happens on the last ninth hole of a major? I mean, it's just something always tends to happen.
Well, the second shot may have unnerved her, and it certainly looked like it with a swing there.
This is Kari Webb getting set for her third shot at 16.
Very interesting how she's playing this shot, Roger. She's going to chip it. She's only about 6 inches off the green.
Kari with just one victory last year after winning 18 times over the previous 4 years. Winner of this event in 2000. And a nice play right there for Kari Webb. She'll have that short putt for her par. And we'll return with more final round coverage of the Kraft Nabisco Championship after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Back at 15, she's made a mess of it thus far. Grace Park with her fourth.
It does not get any easier. Needs to try to bounce this ball up. Risky shot.
How about this?
That was an unbelievable shot. Bounced it into the bank. That was great, Billy Ray. Kept it short of the hole.
That showed a lot of class and nerve.
Especially after messing up the two before.
And just a moment ago, Michelle Wie for par at 16. She's made a number of these putts today, and she continues to roll them in.
Oh, dead center.
Oh, it'll be 14 again, huh?
So Michelle Wie at 7 under for the championship.
Now Ari Song, her third.
Big chance here for her to pick up at least a shot if she can get this in close. Oh.
How about this touch?
Yeah, that was awesome.
It wasn't that easy, guys.
And you know, whether she makes a long putt, hits a bad shot, hits a good shot, expression the same.
Good view there of 17, the par 3. Tough hole. Michelle Wie at 7 under. If she can finish birdie, 9 under in the clubhouse, it'd be a pretty good score to post.
Ian, it is going to be very interesting to see how she plays the 18th hole today.
That may feed back a yard or two. Little knob in the green there, just coming back.
It's coming back now.
Well done, nicely played. Long left there is the smart play.
She continues to dazzle. could be the most important bogey putt of her young life right here, as she is holding on to a tenuous 2-shot margin. She'd like to walk away with the margin 1.
Steve off the tee, given her length. I think through it might have been the play just to put the ball in the fairway. She chose driver, got herself in trouble.
Billy Ray, this last group is a little bit behind all day, but now because of Grace Park's troubles here, they're a long way behind. Is that going to be an issue with the with timing?
Well, they got put on the clock at the 9th green and caught back up. But with this slowdown, with Grace's problem, they might get back on the clock.
Well, it was a great save, nevertheless. So the lead 1 over Song, 2 over Webb, and 3 over Wee. As we go to 17, and Kari Webb about to play.
Boy, she's swinging the club well.
She really had a nice shot at the last hole. It just didn't quite carry on the green. Came up a little short.
She had
right
a lovely,
on the flag, though.
Sorry, Rossi, she had a lovely chip, didn't she, from
She
where
sure
she was?
did.
Kari's trimmed down, strengthened herself up a lot, been working very hard on a game down in South Florida where she lives through the year. Be heading home to North Queensland in a couple of months' time for her sister's wedding. Beautiful shot there.
Kari Song tapped in back at 15. Now the first player to make a hole-in-one here at 17 will get the feeling with Toyota and take home this new 2004 Toyota Solera, and only 3 shots left here, and we've seen a lot of close shots. Nobody has made one yet.
Rossi, that was an impressive shot there Kari just hit.
It was right on the flag. A little unlucky that it didn't come back. Michelle's ball rolled quite a ways back, but it just kind of got caught up there. Another roll back, and it's going to be 5 feet from the hole.
Beautiful shot. Tough hole, the 17th.
I think they just put a for sale sign on this Toyota. I don't think they're going to give it away.
But particularly with the slopes and undulations in this green, Rossi.
At the 16th, Ari Song getting set for her tee shot. 390-yard par 4. This has been the second most difficult hole throughout the week here at Mission Hills Country Club.
Well, for one reason, you have to keep it down the left-hand side. There's a big tree that guards the right-hand side of the fairway.
That group of trees straight away is the line off this tee.
She's lost it just to the right.
And it doesn't appear to be that bad. You can see the ball sitting up over there.
Tree may very well be a factor, though, with that one.
Grace Park next to play. Her lead is 1 over Ari Song.
Well, she has to feel good about making bogey there. That could have been 6 or 7 easy.
Grace is a student for the last few years of Peter Costas. She is trying to learn to work on the things she works on the practice tee, and when she gets on the golf course, just play golf.
Judy, that's easier said than done, isn't it?
Boy, but once you get the hang of it, it sure is a lot more fun.
You bet.
Grace Park made birdie here yesterday, and she finds the fairway at the par 4 16th, the final round of the Kraft Nabisco Championship. Her lead is 1.
Back at the 17th, the 14-year-old sensation Michelle Weed has been a dramatic 4 rounds for her all week. She's hung tough, has this for birdie to pull within 2.
Very quick.
You know, Finchie, I did the U.S. Amateur 1992 when Tiger Woods was 15, and I would say at the comparable age, Michelle could have given him 1 or 2 aside. She's that much better than he at that age.
Really?
And at the 18th, the par 5, this is Christy Kerr as this putt for par. Christy, runner-up last week in Phoenix, started the day at 3 under, and the par there at 18, and around at 369, 6 under for the championship. And she continues her solid play one-time winner on the LPGA Tour.
Now Kari Webb for birdie.
Such a difficult hole location there today, Steve. Haven't seen very many putts at all. Has to birdie the last. Really needed 2 of them. But still, a good start to the season for her.
A great start to the season. It's got to give her a whirl of confidence, too. So Wee makes par with her length. She can easily reach the last. The problem is, can she hold the green?
Out at the 16th, Ari Song one off the lead of Grace Park, getting set for the second.
Roger, she does have tree trouble. There's a tree that sits right between herself and the hole. But she has the possibility of keeping it low and out to the right, can try to chase this ball up the right-hand side of the green. Play this ball well back in her stance. Choke down. And just try to chase it up the right-hand side. No chance at all to get right at the hole.
Up there for that brown spot, don't shoot.
If there's one spot off this tee you don't want to put it, it's right here. I mean, you have to err to the left-hand side, Judy, here.
BR, this is when I would really use my caddy to line me up. I think when you need to be really, really, really specific with where the ball takes off, that's a good aid.
Great execution there.
And that'll chase to the back of the green. The golf ball nearest the hole there belongs to Jung-Yeon Lee. So a good solid play there by Ari Song. Grace Park.
Absolutely bombed this tee shot. Only has 104 yards left. This green slopes back to front, front to back. This green is really goes crazy, but the whole location day in the easiest spot, I believe, in the front left.
She led the tour last year in birdies. She leads the tour after 2 tournaments this year in birdies, and her iron play is a big reason.
And that's going to roll back off the green. What appeared to be a pretty good looking shot right there.
Yeah, Roger, that
Comes
was a
back
green
off.
light situation.
Yeah, it sure was. Well, you know, it's easy to tear down a house, but we're rebuilding lives. There's no other show on television like this one. A new Extreme Makeover Home Edition. ABC tonight at 8, 7 Central.
They make order out of chaos.
Yes, they do.
Kind of like our lives, Judy.
It's kind of what you do for all of us here, Judy.
Oh, thank you.
I'll have to get them to my place and fix up my kids' bedrooms, I think.
Well, Michelle Wee has moved to the tee at 18, and Judy, look at the clubs in the bag of Michelle and how far she hits them.
That driving number up there is the driving average for this week. A lot of impressive numbers there, but let's just go right in the middle. That 500 to 180 yards is just about what the core of the PGA Tour does. I would say that's right in the middle on the PGA Tour.
Michelle started the day with a birdie at 1, then all pars the rest of the way through the front side, made a bogey at 10, a birdie at 11.
This is a fairway medal.
Yes, it is.
I think that's all she needs. If she gets a good one of these with a draw, she can still get there in 2.
At 7 under par, 3 behind our leader, Grace Park. And short of that bunker in the first cut of rough there.
I have a hard time understanding that one.
Rossi, I do too, because she takes the driver and the bunker isn't in play. The worst thing she can do is put the ball in the right rough, I would have thought.
I just wonder if she realized they were playing up front. You know, because Judy, as an amateur, she's really got nothing to lose. I mean, you know, she's not talking about losing any money.
Sophie Gustafson actually hit a 4-iron into this green yesterday, and from this tee location, Michelle Wee could have easily hit a 5 or 6-iron in with a big tee shot.
Absolutely. She hit a 5-iron into 11, and it was a lot longer par 5 than this.
This is a driver.
Kari Webb, 2 off the lead.
Go ahead.
Boy, that's what you're looking for right there. What a beauty.
Look at the run on that tee shot.
That's perfect. That
Third shot for our leader at 16.
Straight back up the hill. Tough to judge the distance coming through that fairway.
You mentioned that she was first in birdies last year, also first in putting, fifth in driving distance. Just a solid all-around game for Grace Park, and off to a terrific start this year. Tied for second in Tucson, tied for third last week in Phoenix. Youngest to win a major, Sandra Post, at 20 years, 19 days, and then Sayri Pak when she was also 20.
Sandra Post, it was the LPGA Championship. Sayri's first one was the U.S. Open, and then the LPGA Championship in the same season.
Ari Song, 17 years, 10 months, 28 days. This is Rosie Jones at 18 a moment ago for birdie. Rosie one over on this final round, 4 under for the championship. We'll go back to 16. Ari Song getting set for this birdie putt. Judy, 4 amateurs have won an LPGA Tour event. The last to do it was Joanne Carner back in 1969. It just so happens that this week, Joanne Carner, playing here, became the oldest player in LPGA history to make a cut on the tour.
She teed it up. She is 64 years of age, and I'm going to promise you she can still play golf. And for those who don't remember, Joanne Carner played amateur golf for a long time before she became a professional. She was 30 years old when she turned pro and came to our tour.
Ari Song, this for birdie, a long birdie attempt.
And very fast, Roger. Really swings hard from right to left.
Remember that putt she made yesterday at 17.
Almost identical. Well, you just try to nestle this one down there and get your 4 and get out of here.
It's downhill, that big slope, and with the grain.
That has a chance to go off the green if he catches that ridge.
Look at this. It did exactly that, Billy Ray.
There is that rare occasion in golf where the game will, or a shot will take a very fine player and leave them a little bit humiliated.
I'm not sure, Judy, if she tried to make that one. I think she was actually trying to lag it down and just misjudge the speed. And I think the situation probably has something to do with it also.
Now, this 17-year-old has not made many mistakes this week. Began the day atop the leaderboard, tied for the lead with Grace Park. Birdie at 2, another birdie at 9 to move to 10 under. Then her lone bogey of the day at the 10th to drop her back to 9 under par.
You know, Roger, one of the worst things that happens in that situation now is when you've hit such a terrible putt, regardless of the situation, you now start second-guessing yourself. I mean, that was a really bad putt. It was not only way too hard, but it was 10 feet too far to the right.
And you're up again. You don't get time to regroup.
Exactly.
This for par.
Oh,
Pretty good
putt.
line right here.
Good
Pretty
putt.
good line right
Great
here.
putt.
Boy.
Well, that was in a similar location to where Grace Park played from just a few moments ago. And my gosh, what an effort. But that will be a bogey for Ari Song and drop her back to 8 under par. Move ahead to 18. Second shot for Michelle Wie. Rossi?
Lie, Roger. But there's nothing she can do except just lay it up. Probably going to lay it up with a 7-iron or something like that.
You don't see many tactical errors from this very young player, but that was one off the tee.
And on the green at 18, this is Rosie Jones for her par. 13-time winner in her LPGA Tour career. So Rosie Jones, a final round of 1 over 73. Rounds of 67, 73, 71, 73. Really started nicely with that 5 under 67. Friday, a difficult day here with winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour.
Rosie claims to be winding down her career in the next year and just playing a few, but I'm not sure I believe it. She's having too much fun.
Yeah, he's playing too well.
A very important putt here for Grace Park.
You know, I never like leaving myself these 2.5 foot putts late on Sunday afternoon, especially back down the hill.
Boy, and this one could just try to go to the right, but it's the kind of putt that you're not sure, and you can't hit it firm enough to take any break away.
This for par. And Grace Park will take a 2-shot lead to the par 3 17th. The par 5 18th, Kari Webb. Rossi?
She has 200 yards to the flag, about 180 to carry the water.
Kari has one of the little hybrid clubs in her bag, a little rescue club. She can hit it very high.
And she did exactly that.
Play.
You bet. Very good play right there for Kari Webb. Kari Webb 2 off the lead of Grace Park here in the final round of the Kraft Nabisco Championship.
A key swing for our leader, Grace Park.
This is 6-iron.
Has to go for the middle of the green. No reason to go at the flag.
If you try to land it up on top, the ball will release over to the back side of the back portion of the green.
Boy.
That's a mistake there, Ian.
Yeah, she didn't mean to go right of that flag.
Not at all.
At 18, the third for Michelle Wee.
She has worked on a lot of little half shots, a lot of little knockdown shots. The technique is beautiful. Came up short here at 18, and it's not going to be the finish that she had hoped for, with this last hole being just made for her.
Ari Song now, 2 back.
Also with the 6-iron.
Now I believe she has to go to the flag. She has to make it too.
No doubt.
Oh, what a pretty swing.
Right at it. Whoa! What a shot.
What a shot.
She takes the good and the bad in stride. Look at that smile.
Beautiful.
If you don't think she's in handle with her nerves after hitting a shot like that, she has really got a lot of maturity.
And this just a moment ago at 18 as Michelle Wee gets a nice round of applause from the gallery. Well, and the kids next week back at school in Honolulu will ask her, what did you do during your spring break? Most of them probably were watching today.
She is a freshman in high school. She is a very good student. I know last year she took honors courses in things like Chinese and math, and she'll be able to do anything she wants to do.
She is a phenomenal talent.
And very pleasant to be around, I might add.
As we mentioned, that was just a moment ago as Michelle now getting set for this birdie putt at 18. Began the day at 6 under, 2 back of the co-leaders, Park and Song. 1 under on this final round. Michelle will next play on the LPGA Tour at the Chick-fil-A Championship hosted by Nancy Lopez, first week of May.
And it would appear that she is going to best her finish of tie for 9th here last year.
How about this putt? What a good effort by Michelle Wee.
This young girl's got some game, Judy.
I know there are some girls younger than Michelle Wee and some boys out there watching and saying, I want to play just like that.
And her reaction there.
Dad BJ right there.
Mm-hmm. So Michelle, her schedule's still just a little bit up in the air for the remainder of the summer, and she'll be playing in several other LPGA events. The schedule not entirely set. So obviously a lot more events yet to come. Grace Park.
Looking at a makeable putt just off the green.
You bet it is, Steve. She can give this one a go. It's back up the hill. Well, taking the chance, or she made a mistake, getting to the right of the hole, everything to that side allows the player to putt the ball up the hill.
4 times the winner, never a major. She's waiting. She's not actually away. Lee is away.
And at the 18th, this is Kari Webb. This for eagle. And this, if she could negotiate this shot in, would move her to 10 under par and a share of the lead. Good effort right there by Kari, the winner here in 2000.
Kari Webb and Annika Sorenstam have driven each other since the mid-90s. Sayri Pak has also been a part of that story. Julie Inkster's had her moments to be a part of that story, but Webb and Sorenstam have gone back and forth and back and forth.
And now Grace Park, that 2-shot lead about to become 1 if Webb taps in. It's Grace's bid for birdie here.
And she putted from just off the green on the last hole, so she knows the feel of coming through the fringe.
And got some work left.
Aggressive though on every shot. She's not laying up, Steve.
At 18, Kari Webb, this for birdie, and she rolls it right in, so Kari Webb moves to 9 under, 1 back of Grace Park. And for Kari Webb, final round of 3 under 69.
I don't know if it's a victory, and I don't know if it has a chance to be a victory, but it's a victory for Kari Webb.
And Michelle Wee, and another terrific performance by this 14-year-old from Honolulu. Final round, 1 under 71, and currently in 4th place.
And don't forget this young lady, Ari Song, to pull within 1.
Pretty quick putt. Just a fraction right to left, I believe, from here. She could go birdie, Steve.
We're seeing some good stuff. Is it enough?
Oh.
Worked so hard on the line.
You know, she really gathered herself well after the poor putt at 16, hit a great second putt, then a fantastic tee shot. Really showing maturity. She's got the ability to get there in 2 at the last as well.
She does, and she's brave enough to get there in 2. But a big putt left now for Grace.
Has been putting very well all week and all day. Stays very steady on these, left hand low.
Well, it could mean that she needs par at the last for her first major. And we will return with more final round coverage of the Kraft Nabisco Championship after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back. Our leader on the tee at 18, Grace Park.
Going with the driver.
Judy, you're surprised she used the driver off the tee with a one-shot lead?
Not really. She's long enough that if she can just guard against the left, I don't see how she can get in any trouble.
How about that drive, Judy?
That would
Long
be,
and straight.
Yeah, guarding against everything right and left of dead center.
Oh, so much for playing safe.
Kari Webb finished with a 369 at 9 under, one shot back of this lady looking for her first major championship, Grace Park. Ari Song, 2 behind the leader, gets set for her tee shot.
Don't forget, she can really rip it also.
The outside chance there to maybe take a run at the eagle at the last hole. You never know.
Beautiful drive there by Ari Song. Grace Park with a one-shot lead playing 18, and there's a great tradition here at the Kraft Nabisco Championship for winners.
Jump in the water.
Well, Dinah Shore, the First Lady of Golf, from Dinah's strongest friends and supporters, the family of Nabisco, and a good friend of yours, Judy.
We miss her very much every year. We miss her all the time, but this golf course is named after her now. It is the Dinah Shore Tournament course, and will be forever near and dear to everybody in women's professional golf.
And coming up tonight on ABC, starting at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, America's Funniest Home Videos, and then Judy's favorite show, the Extreme Makeover Home Edition, Alias at 9, and then The Practice at 10. That's tonight on ABC.
Alias is Ari Song's favorite show.
Good lineup coming your way tonight. Well, Grace Park out at 18, and just a moment ago, Bob Rosberg spoke with Michelle Wie. Rossi?
Michelle, I know it's been a tough week. You look like you're tired. It's been a tough grind, mentally, I guess, as much as physically, but you played beautiful golf.
Thank you. I just promised myself whatever happens, I'm going to fight it to the end, and I did, and I'm really proud of myself because I made a lot of par putts, and my game wasn't really at the best today, and I don't know, just nothing really worked out. My putter was really good, and I was proud of myself.
We've got to ask you one question, Michelle. What about not hitting a driver at the last hole? If you hit a driver, you can probably knock it on with a 6-iron or 5-iron if you hit a good one.
Well, I don't know. I've been kind of pulling my driver all day, and there's a water hazard on the left, and I didn't really want to do anything stupid. I mean, my goal is to be in the top 5, and if I just make a par or birdie, I can easily do that. So I really saw no need to do that, really.
Well, that's a good answer. Michelle, when are you going to play next?
You'll see me next in Michelob.
At Michelob. Well, good luck, and anything you do in your career, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Rossi, thank you very much. I apologize. I mentioned the Chick-fil-A. She's playing the next week at the Michelob. You and I will be at the Chick-fil-A.
That's right, and Michelob is later on in the schedule on the LPGA Tour at Kings Mill Resort.
Right. Grace Park, a one-shot advantage here as she has hit a perfect drive at 18. As we take a look at some of the other scores, Laura Davies, a 468 in the final round. Dottie Pepper was in contention for a while, but a 78 on this Sunday, a 2-time winner of this event. Low round of the day, Daniela Makapani, a 66.
66 is a great number, but even a little bit better when you know that she is 5 months pregnant and expecting her second child.
Now at the par 5 18th, Jung-Yan Lee, this her third.
She drove the ball on the left-hand side of the hazard, found her ball, chipped it out to that position.
Well, it is dry, well to the left of the hole location there at 18.
Mike can call that the longest and hardest putt in America.
That is long.
Lee at 5 under for the championship, 2 over on this final round, and now Ari Song, Billy Ray.
Well, it's going to have 201 to to the front, 221 all the way to the hole.
Just grip down on it, just swing it. Okay? Okay. Right in the middle of the TV towers where the steepest slope is. Right.
You know, sometimes when you get in the situation, you have to make a shot. Your nerves are not really bad. If you're trying to play defensive, that's when your nerves might tend to get you. She knows what she has to do. Hit a good golf shot, commit to it, and trust what her number is. Great contact. This is enough to carry the water for sure.
Right in the middle of the green.
It should funnel just a bit right, though.
Terrific golf shot by this 17-year-old Ari Song. And look at this track back down towards the hole.
What composure, what execution. Wow.
2 behind our leader, Grace Park. Ari Song has reached the par 5, 18th and 2.
Roger, I can tell you, Grace Park watched that shot with a lot of focus.
All right, Billy Ray, this is the second for Grace.
She only has 198 yards. She's going to obviously lay this ball up. I don't think it's time for her to go for it. I think this is a smart shot. But it was just 180 yards to carry the water.
Well, you could say it's not that hard to hit the ball that far and put it on the green, but the risk if you go over, you can make a big number. So that was probably very, very smart.
Kari Webb finished with a 69, 1 shot behind Grace Park. Ari Song on the green at 18 and 2. Welcome back. Our leader, Grace Park, at 18, her 3rd shot to the par 5.
This from 81 yards, perfect lie. This really looks good.
Good contact, Judy.
Great sound.
Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful shot by Grace Park.
Fantastic shot. Wow.
Keep in mind, Ari Song has an eagle opportunity at the 18th. And Michelle Wee has been signing some autographs. She will head back to Honolulu tomorrow. Well, tired young lady. She's played 2 weeks of golf, very solid golf, Judy, and now the walk for Grace Park to the green at 18.
Her name in Korean is Ji Yoon, and it means rises to the top with much luck.
All right, now let's go to Steve Melnick. Steve?
All right, Roger, thank you very much. We're joined by an old friend, Terry Wilcox, tournament director. Terry, can you imagine a better finish than this?
I can't, Steve. No, this is great. We've had a great week with our sponsors, Kraft Foods, and we've seen some super golf by the current stars and I think some future stars of the LPGA. It's been great. It really has.
It has been great, and it's not over. Back to you, Roger.
Steve, thank you very much. I want to thank all the folks here at Mission Hills Country Club and all their help this week. Beautiful weather here on the weekend. And while we have a moment, let's go to Bob Rosberg. Rossi?
Corey made a good run at him. You kind of ran into a buzzsaw with Grace the way she played.
Yeah, she's obviously played really well today and hit a great shot in there. So I think she can handle it from there unless Ari knocks one in.
Well, it's wonderful to see you playing well again. It's been a tough couple of years for you. We know you've worked real hard, both on your physical being and on your golf game, and I think that we're going to see a great year from you.
Well, thanks, Rossi. I hope so. It was a really good round for me today. I really trusted everything and gave it my best shot. I really thought I was going to chip that one in on the last, but it wasn't to be.
Well, Corey, the best of luck the rest of the year. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Rossi.
Now this at the 18th, this is Judy for birdie for Jung-Yan Lee.
Judy, I think this might be the longest putt I've ever seen.
And I can assure you this is not one she has practiced. Over a ridge right there, it'll swing back to the right. Not all bad, I'll tell you.
Well, she'll take a lot from this experience today. Just never got in rhythm all day long.
Well, played very well the first two rounds, particularly on Friday, Judy, when she fired a 369 in those really difficult conditions. Had just 25 putts in that round on Friday, but she has gotten off to a great start this year with a tie for second in Tucson. being Jung-Yan Lee now. Grace Park surveying her situation, but this lady, Ari Song, has this for eagle to move to 10 under.
She will take a hard, long look, and just to lighten the moment for a second, 17-year-old rookie on the LPGA Tour, and while she's going to be in the midst of trying to win major championships in golf tournaments, one of the things you have to do out here as a rookie is put in rookie hours. So Ari Song will have to put in 16 rookie hours and learn a lot about tournament operations, television, volunteers, rules officials, all those things while she's in the midst of what looks like becoming one of the better players in the game.
Billy Ray, what about this putt?
This putt's got to move a little bit from right to left, back down the hill. You know you got to make it. You really can't hit it too firm. You got to stick with your game plan. You know the speed of the green. Just hit a normal putt. So many times when we in situations you have to make it, you hit it too hard.
This for eagle. This for eagle. She made it.
You kidding me?
What a moment for a 17-year-old player.
Trying to become the youngest player in LPGA history to win an event, and it would be a major championship with that.
That was Tiger-esque.
Absolutely incredible, Roger.
So Ari Song has moved to 10 under, but Grace Park has a putt for birdie to win. But let's take another look, Judy.
Wow, 3 magnificent shots. Perfect tee shot, perfect shot to this green. Downhill, right to left breaker, slam dunk. I believe I got a few goosebumps.
She will not be 18 until May. Ari Song with the eagle at the last. Now, first, Jung-Yan Lee, this for par.
Folks, you have seen some golf this week. This golf course, 6,520 yards. It is in good shape, but it is a long, difficult, tough test.
So Lee will go ahead and finish this for bogey. Finishes the championship at 4 under 3 over in this final round of 75. Now Grace Park will have a putt for birdie to win her first major championship.
Well, Roger, nothing's easy, but this is a perfect putt to have. About 6 feet straight back up the hill. Might move just a bit to her left. You know, your insides right now are just in knots.
Grace Park wins her first major, the 2004 Kraft Nabisco Championship. Let's go to Billy Ray Brown. Billy.
Thank you, Roger. Grace, back there at the 15th hole, you ran into a bunch of trouble. You hung on. You got your first major, girl.
Oh my gosh. I did it, and I'm shaking like crazy.
Well, you have a 6-foot putt like that. All the emotions going through your body. How'd you feel over the putt?
Emotionally, I don't know. Physically, I was like this, shaking. But you know what? Right at the heart, I made it. I did it.
All right, Grace, congratulations. Back to you, Roger.
Thank you very much, Billy Ray. There's the winner, Grace Park. This concludes our final round coverage of the Kraft Nabisco Championship.
Are we ready?